Join us today for a tour of the beautiful Sky Princess. We will be exploring the public areas of the ship as we experienced it in 2023 on our cruise to the Western Caribbean. Sit back and let's take a look at this beautiful ship. The Sky Princess has a guest capacity of just over 3,600 people and was launched in late 2019. There are 15 decks, and we are going to start at the lowest public deck, which is Deck 5, the Plaza deck. Our tour begins at the shore excursion desk. You can see that if it is not open, there is a monitor here that tells you the hours that things are available. Also, don't forget that if you're looking to book an excursion, you can do so on the Princess Medallion app. Located across from the excursion desk is the Lotus Spa. We didn't go inside the Lotus Spa, but in there you can find therapy rooms for massages, there are steam rooms, there are thermal beds. You can find out more about what's available by visiting the front desk here at the Lotus Spa. Just after the spa is the guest services desk, where we found plenty of staff available to help with any issues that might develop during your cruise. Across from guest services is Sabatini's. This is an Italian specialty restaurant that is available for an upcharge. Prices vary, so check online for the latest information. Moving aft of Sabatini's and guest services, you come to the International Cafe. This is a favorite area for many princess guests, as you can find coffees, teas, and an assortment of snacks and treats that are available 24 hours a day. Moving away from the International Cafe, you come into the Piazza. And this Piazza is spectacular, if not one of the best we have ever seen on a cruise ship. This is the heart of the Sky Princess and where most things are happening day and night. It is adorned with circular staircases and is 3 levels high. It is a sight to see. And check out a taste of what you can find here. From the center of the piazza, where there is a small sitting area, you come across to the Vines Wine Bar. You can belly up to the bar here and order your favorite wine, or enjoy the large seating area with friends and family and take in the music in the background of the piazza. Just aft of the Vines Wine Bar is the gelato station. Gelato is available here for an upcharge, and it has a small seating area for you to enjoy that special treat. Just aft of the gelato is a Celebrations gift shop. Here you can find all of the essentials, such as chocolate, one of my favorites, snacks, and other sundries that you may have forgotten. Just aft of the shop is the Internet Cafe. Here, if you didn't bring your own laptop, then you can borrow a computer here and connect to the internet as you need. Just after the Internet Cafe is the Soleil dining room, and we'll take a look at that in just a second. Circling back around behind the elevators, you come back out to the Piazza once again, where you find Bellini's bar and a large seating area. Moving aft, you come into the Soleil dining room. There are 3 main dining rooms on the Sky Princess that are all included in your fare, and they are all very similar in design and do have the same menus every night. So it doesn't matter which dining room you choose, they are all a great experience with what we found absolutely wonderful food. Let's move on to deck 6, which is the Fiesta deck. We will start our tour of deck 6 at the Take 5 Lounge. This is a jazz club that opens up in the evenings with jazz musicians doing their thing. There are special cocktails available at this bar that you can't get anywhere else. There is lots of extra seating, and this can also be used for special events like a wedding that was being hosted on this cruise. Just forward of the Take 5 Lounge is Churchill's Cigar Lounge. This is one of the few indoor smoking areas on the ship with some comfortable seating. Smoking is also allowed on the Princess Casino. Walking forward of Churchill's Cigar Lounge through a tunnel brings you out to the main theater. This is the Princess Theater. You see here that there is floor seating with individual chairs. We watched many shows in this theater, ranging from some of the best production shows that we've ever seen, to musicians, to comedians, and to ventriloquists. Whenever something was going on in the main theater, it was a wonderful event. Just after the theater, and across from the Take 5 Lounge, is the Princess Casino. Here you will find many table games and lots of slot machines. Moving aft, you move towards the back side of the Good Spirits Bar. Moving over to the starboard side of the ship, you go by the shops of Princess. Here you can find jewelry, watches, rings, you name it. It's available here in these shops. The shops of Princess are only open when the ship enters international waters, and they are not available while you are at port. Of course, across from the shops is a wonderful view of the Piazza. Moving after the Princess shops, you come to the Captain's Circle loyalty area, as well as the future cruise planning. So if you are looking to book another cruise while on board, then stop by here. Here you will find specialists that are available to help you find that future cruise. Just after the Future Cruise Planning Center is the Estrella Dining Room. This dining room is directly below the Soleil Dining Room above and has a very similar layout and the exact same menu. As you walk from this area across towards the Fine Arts Gallery, you go past another view of the Piazza. Moving over towards the gallery, you can find lots of art, and there is an auction on board that you are able to purchase. Moving forward of the Arts Gallery is a photo gallery. This is a rather large photo gallery, and it is all virtual. You can sit down at any of these stations here, and through facial recognition, you can find any of the pictures that have been taken of you anywhere around the ship or getting on and off the ship at port. You can also buy specialty items that you can have your photo attached to, such as mugs, water bottles, and there's also many frames available. And across from the photo gallery, you come to Good Spirits at Sea, and it is also located overlooking the Piazza. The Good Spirits at Sea has many specialty cocktails that can only be found at this bar on the ship, and in fact drinks that we can't find anywhere else. And it's as much of a show as the bartender shows you the details of how the drink was created and where it came from. Deck 7 is the Promenade deck. Deck 7 is the only interior deck that runs from the bow all the way to the back. You can see here the elevated seating in the Princess Theater. We then move from the Princess Theater back into the forward elevators with an example of the staircases. There are plenty of staircases and lots of space to move up and down the ship. We move back from the Princess Theater to the shops of Princess. Here you can find designer perfumes, your selection of alcohol, duty-free. If you purchase it here, it must be stored on the ship and will be given to you on debarkation. And there's also a real Love Boat themed area where you can buy knickknacks related to the recent TV show. If you move aft of the shops of Princess, you move towards the top level of the Piazza, and you do go by the Princess logo gear on the way. And here you come into the backside of what's called Ocean Terrace Sushi. This is a seafood bar that is connected to Bistro sur la Mer. This is a specialty restaurant, so there is an upcharge for this restaurant, and it serves French cuisine with some seafood. We did not have a chance to try this specialty restaurant during our cruise, but you can see that there are beautiful vistas overlooking the Piazza from this specialty dining option. Across the Piazza, on the starboard side of the ship, is Alfredo's Pizzeria. This has been argued as being one of the best pizzerias at sea. We did try some pizza, and we enjoyed it. This is an example of a vegetarian pizza, and this is a prosciutto pizza. And afterwards we discussed it, and we were in agreement that this is one of the best pizzas at sea. And this is included with your fare. There was no upcharge for Alfredo's Pizzeria. Moving aft of Alfredo's Pizzeria is the oceanfront medallion class shop, where you can buy accessories for your medallion. There are wristbands, you can even buy bracelets, and at the oceanfront. Moving just aft of oceanfront is the Princess Live Bar and the lounge itself. You can see it's set up here for a art auction, but during our time here they had game shows, they had karaoke. It was always a lively spot during the evenings. Moving just aft of Princess Live, you come towards the Crown Grill Bar. This is one of our favorite spots to stop in and have a cocktail on our way back and forth to a lounge or heading off to dinner. Behind the Crown Grill Bar is the Crown Grill Restaurant. This is another specialty restaurant. This is Princess's Steakhouse. We did eat here one night, and the food was fabulous. Also attached to the Crown Grill is a small little private seating area that you can reserve if you have a large party. And it is truly a great experience and well worth the upcharge for this specialty dining option. Moving aft of the Crown Grill Bar, you come across the entrance to the Vista Lounge. The Vista Lounge is home to music in the evenings. There also was some special events such as to meet the captain. We would often close down the evening with a little bit of dancing and music here in the Vista Lounge. Decks 8 through 15 are all staterooms, so we will skip those and we will move our way up to Deck 16. Deck 16 is the Lido deck, and we still start forward at the Salty Dog Grill. Here you can find burgers, hot dogs, French fries. It's a great spot to stop by and have some lunch. Moving across the deck, we go by the Sky Pools. There's actually two pools here, one in the foreground, one in the background, and there are 3 hot tubs around the pools. There's a cocktail bar that's located between the Salty Dog Grill and the Pizzeria Slice. This pizza is different from Alfredo's Pizza. It is more on demand, available for folks that are around the pool and want something to nibble on. Here you can see the Sea Walk. This is a glassed area that you walk across and you can look straight down to the ocean. There are life jackets available for children, and there are multiple towel stations. Princess is great with towels. You don't need to carry your towels around from your cabin and exchange them. They are just available for you to use, and you hand them in whenever you're finished with them. You can find yourself a nice cold beverage on a hot day by the pool. Moving off, we come to the World Fresh Marketplace. This is the main buffet on board the Sky Princess. You can see there are hand washing stations. During this trip to the buffet, it was breakfast time. So there's a wide assortment of different types of foods. But one thing we want to say, it didn't matter whether it was breakfast, lunch, or dinner. The food in the buffet was spectacular, likely the best we have ever had on any cruise ship. You could arguably eat any meal of the day in this buffet and have a wonderful experience. It even managed to replace the main dining room for some folks as a choice for dinner. In the middle of the buffet is the pastry shop. This is a special little area in between the buffet sections, and it has fresh pastries, it has specialty coffee, it has delicious cookies. Farther aft on the buffet, there is a vegan and vegetarian section, which is located right next to the kids section. This is an area that had wonderful chicken nuggets and also some excellent vegetarian dishes. On the aft part of the Lido deck is the Wake View Bar, and this bar overlooks the Wake View Pool. This was a very popular spot. I managed to find a brief moment where there was very few people in the pool, but you have to get here early if you want to spot around this pool because it has spectacular views off the wake and is always a busy spot. Deck 17 is the sun deck, and the first place that we will stop will be the fitness center. There is your usual selection of free weights and machines that you can use. There are also 3 levels of kids groups. There's the beach house, the lodge, at Camp Discovery, and treehouse. They also have an enclosed area for children that is outdoors. Moving outside on deck 17, we come to a large deck space with lots of loungers. This area was always a great spot to be able to find a deck chair. There was mostly sunshine, but there were a few spots you could tuck in and find some shade. If you moved a little bit farther forward, you have a great view of the pools and the main Lido deck as well. On this deck, there is a hot tub on either side with great views of the large TV screen. This was also a great area to be able to enjoy Princess's specialty, which is movies under the stars. Moving forward on deck 17 is the retreat pool. Go down this little hallway to come into a beautiful little spot. This is actually a hidden gem that a lot of people don't find on the cruise until later in the week. Be sure to be one of the first ones to enjoy it as the seating does go fast. Deck 18 is the sky deck, and this is where you will find the jogging track. This is a dedicated space for people to walk or jog throughout the day that overlooks the deck below. Moving forward, there is another lounging area with 2 hot tubs that overlooks the retreat pool. This is one of our favorite spots. They gave us access to the pool, but there was also abundant seating up here on a busy sea day. Moving all the way forward, we go to the sanctuary. We enjoyed the sanctuary for 2 different days, and it was a wonderful experience. There is a combination of chairs that can be rented by the day or for the week, and also there are cabanas that you can rent by the day or the week. These cabanas come with their own loungers, couches, TVs, and full butler service. If you're going to rent a cabana or a chair for half a day, do so in the afternoon because they do tea time, and tea time is a wonderful experience here up at the sanctuary. There is also a hot tub here in the sanctuary for people to use. There is also a cabana that is available for massages, so you can book a massage up in the sanctuary and make a perfect day of it. Thank you for joining us on our tour of the beautiful Sky Princess. If you have any questions or comments, then do put them below. We do answer questions and make sure that we help people out. Thank you for watching. Take care.